Hello everyone and welcome to another marvellous video. While some supervillains like Thanos and Darkseid are global level threats independently, some are stronger as a united race. They arrive and attack in swarms and can conquer planets and galaxies. These hordes might not be a threat individually, but together might turn out to be one of the fiercest threats in the cosmos. In today's video we will be talking about such supervillains who attack in swarms and work together as an army. So without any further delay, let us begin. Now before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's just a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you very much. Now, begin.
I'm gonna try and torch the fucker!
Number 1. Xenomorphs. Aliens. Xenomorphs were first shown in 1979's movie Alien. They were created by Dan O'Bannon, Ridley Scott and Ronald Shusett. The Xenomorphs are extraterrestrial hive-based endoparasites having a multi-staged life cycle. They begin their life cycle as an egg, which is known as an ovomorph. Once these eggs sense the presence of a host nearby, they open up and exist in the form of a small arachnid-like creature that attacks the host in the face and impregnates it with an endoparasitoid larva. This form is named the facehugger. The parasite, which is released, consumes part of the host, following which it violently tears its way out through the host's chest as a worm-like creature called the chestburster. The chestburster would then quickly take shelter somewhere safe where it could molt and complete their metamorphosis. In a brief span of an hour, they completely transform into their adult xenomorphs. The xenomorphs that grow on the human usually reach a height of 7 to 9 feet and weigh 181.43 to 272.15 kilograms. Their characteristic features are long muscular tails and a large curved oblong head. The xenomorphs have a queen twice as large as the regular ones, and some of them even surpass 30 meters in height and possess superior strength, speed and intelligence in comparison to the rest. A full-grown xenomorph is a deadly being known for its ferocity and lethality under all circumstances. They have a great sense of hunting and are extremely agile. They are durable and can even function with decapitated limbs or gruesome injuries. The blood of the xenomorphs is acidic in nature and some could even spit acid. A few different types of xenomorphs are the Predalien. These are xenomorphs that have gained the traits of their predator hosts. They possess a dark shade of green with external mandibles owing to its predator's heritage. They are taller than predators and serve as warriors protecting the queen hive. In case a Predalien is without a queen, they act like one owing to its reproductive capabilities. Their blood is not that acidic as xenomorphs with human hosts, but they are many times deadlier than them. They lack speed but surpass the rest via their intelligence. Runner. The runners are also known as dog aliens and are produced from a facehugger that jumped onto a dog or any quadrupedal species. Tarkatan. The xenomorphs that are born out of a Tarkatan host are known as Tarkatan. They are bulky with more teeth and arm blades like that of a Tarkatan host. There were two varieties of them: the acidic Tarkatan xenomorph that could spit acidic blood, and the conjurer Tarkatan xenomorph that could summon drones and facehuggers. Bodyburster. These xenomorphs are rare and never mature past the chestburster stage. They appear like giant worm creatures. K-Series. These xenomorphs were created by Dr. Samuel Kadinsky and are yellow in colour. They are inferior to the regular xenomorphs as they are an artificially created subspecies. Neomorphs. The neomorphs are pale white coloured xenomorphs. These xenomorphs have a different life cycle and don't go through a facehugger or chestburster stage. Red Xenomorph. The red xenomorphs are mutants of their families and possess red skin. Tusked Xenomorph. The tusked xenomorph looks similar to the conventional xenomorph except for a pair of tusks that they bear since their chestburster stage. They are often used as hunting dogs by the Yocha clan and are shown to be born out of human hosts. Number 2. Darkseid Parademons. DC Comics. Darkseid's Parademons are quite popular in the DC universe, appearing in comics, animated shows, and even live-action movies. The Parademons are created by deconstructing and repurposing genetic material of the dead and captured enemies of Apocalypse with the help of mother boxes. They are then processed and trained to eventually serve Darkseid and his generals during planetary conquests or wars. They are extremely loyal to their creator and self-detonate themselves upon being captured. The Parademons were created by Jack Kirby and introduced in 1971's New Gods issue 1. They possess several unique abilities like energy projection and fire breath. With razor sharp wings they can fly as well as use those as a weapon. The Parademons lack personality but are intelligent beings capable of using firearms during battle. The Parademons can also process and alter the genetic material of other species and transform them into parademons like themselves. Number 3. The Tyranids. Warhammer 40,000. The Tyranids from Warhammer 40,000 are an intergalactic alien race known for their everlasting need to devour other species. The sole purpose of these creatures is to consume every form of genetic and biological material to evolve and reproduce. The Tyranids are biologically engineered in such a way that every creature is directed by a single hive mind. Once the hive fleet sets its eyes on any being there is no reasoning with them. The Tyranids are not native to the cosmos and have reached the galaxy after travelling in a true void for countless millennia. Some theories suggest that it was not a void they travelled through, but consumed everything and arrived to devour a new galaxy. Tyranids are undoubtedly one of the biggest threats in the galaxy. Number 4. The Brood, Marvel Comics. The Brood are a type of evolved insectoid being from the Marvel Universe. They made their first appearance in Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, Issue 155, published in March 1982. The Broods travel through time and space and have evolved to reproduce and consume available resources. They have been existing for more than 1,000 years and have been spotted in the Milky Way since 2620 BC, making them the first natural predator. The Brood entered the reality of Earth 616 via the flowing dark matter from a collapsing universe, following which the Kree captured them along with several other hive species, only to weaponize them against the Shi'ar Empire. They then created a king egg, representing the patriarchal element that could unify the broods and dominate the matriarchal hives. Collectively for the broods, any other species are either their enemy or their slave. The broods first arrived on Earth in Wakanda around 1 million BC. When the vibranium meteor from the Vega system arrived, it opened rifts through time and space, via which the broods were brought to Wakanda. They were then dealt with by the Black Panther of their time. The broods next appeared in 2620 BC in hopes of invading Earth. They had already conquered ancient Egypt and transformed Pharaoh Khsekhemwy Khashakamui, ruler of the upper and lower kings of Egypt, into a brood. The broods were then stopped by the combined efforts of En-Saba-Nur, Imhotep and Knight of Khonshu. They made another attempt to invade Earth, and this time it was during the end of the 5th century. Young King Arthur was attacked by the broods and Thor arrived to save him. The god of thunder dispatched the broods and saved Earth. The species then allied with Deathbird to help her get rid of her sister Lilandra as ruler of their empire. They captured the X-Men, Carol Danvers and Fang of the Imperial Guard to use as hosts for the Queen embryos. They also managed to capture Slee's world, but thanks to Wolverine's healing ability, he purged his body from the brood embryo, following which he helped free the rest. Only Fang was converted into a brood queen. Number 5. Arachnids, Starship Troopers. Just like arachnids from the animal kingdom, the arachnids from Starship Troopers are also bug-like creatures, but of course they're alien. They are large in size compared to the arachnids we find on Earth, and their size and strength depend on their caste. They have been surviving for millions of years and do possess technological prowess. Once they set a target on a planet, they colonize it by hurling their spores into space, which can then travel to other systems, collide with planets, and spread arachnid eggs. The arachnids are known as worshippers of an entity known as Behemekhotil, or the God Bug. The various castes within the arachnids are Warrior Bug. Warrior Bugs are basically grunt arachnids. The warrior bugs take part in all conflicts. They are 6 to 9 feet long and are coloured to match their surroundings. Their rear limbs are longer than their front ones, which makes them extremely agile and faster. Tanker Bug. These arachnids are giant beetle-like bugs and are responsible for taking the role of heavy armor support in the Arachnid Empire. They are black in color and possess the ability to eject chemicals from a nozzle-like spout placed at the top of their heads. They also have thick, durable skin, which is impervious to most damages except for explosives. Hopper Bug. Hopper Bugs are the flying variety of the arachnids used for powerful air support during their conflicts. They are swift and agile, but possess light armor, making them vulnerable to attacks. The Hopper Bugs usually attack their enemies by grabbing them and stabbing their pincers, located at the rear of their tails. Scorpion Bug. Scorpion bugs are huge, slow bugs with a flamethrower-like plasma cannon in the tail. They are 42 feet long, 20 feet tall, and dark black in colour. Bombardier Bug. These are small ball-shaped arachnids that exist in closed and open states. While the closed state can be stated as their dormant state, in the open state these bugs self-destruct themselves, destroying everything in their vicinity. Plasma Bug. The Plasma Bugs are the most powerful among the arachnoids. They're specifically engineered to serve as planetary defense, artillery and anti-aircraft units. They possess an enormous abdomen which can burst and launch plasma at high power. These bursts are so powerful they can deflect an asteroid or slice a ship in two. Brain Bug. These arachnids are the leaders of the swarm and play a vital role in the hive brain. Brain bugs are highly intelligent and can take command during warfare, also while establishing colonies. God Bug. As mentioned earlier, the arachnids worshipped the God Bug, aka the Behemekhotil. It's a massive creature, deeply rooted to the planet's surface and possesses numerous appendages. They can kill their prey with their appendages and can also dig huge fissures easily. Number 6. The Borg. Star Trek. The fearsome Borg from Star Trek was first introduced as a warning from the omnipotent Q, but later they eventually grow up to be full-fledged villains of their own. The Borg, also known as drones, are from Delta Quadrant and are pseudo-species of cyborgs or cybernetic humanoids. All of them are linked into a hive mind that connects every drone and individual information into a singularity. The sole purpose of the Borg is to assimilate diverse sentient species, their technology and their knowledge into their collective hive mind. Their fiercest nature and previously attained knowledge make them one of the most powerful and feared entities in the galaxy, without being true species at all. The nature of each Borg depends on its purpose. Their physiology varies according to the species they have assimilated from, and once a drone assimilates a being, it would stop growing body hair and alter its skin pigmentation. The cybernetic implants of the drones are either attached via external surgery or internally by injecting nanoprobes into their bloodstream. Although the cybernetic implants differ for each of them, the basic communication nodes are common. There are roughly more than 1 trillion drones in the Borg collection, and each of them only carries what they were tasked to do. Number 7. The Skrulls. Marvel Comics. The Skrulls are a popular species in the Marvel Universe. They appeared in all forms of media, and their unique capability is to be able to disguise themselves as anyone they want to. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Skrulls, and they made their first comic book appearance in Fantastic Four issue 2, released in January 1962. The Skrulls were inhabitants of the plant-like Skrullos, where the Celestials arrived and experimented. They altered them into 3 types: Prime, Externals, and Deviants. The Deviants proved to be the strongest among the 3 and exterminated the other 2. Since then, the Deviant Skrulls came to be known as the Skrulls. Their empire began spreading fast as the other worlds that refuted them were conquered and their inhabitants subjugated. The worlds that joined hands with the Skrull Empire willingly were given a certain degree of autonomy, with which both sides shared profits. The Skrulls soon grew in enough space to dominate the Andromeda Galaxy. Eventually, they began spreading their conquest in their neighbouring galaxies, and soon the Skrulls began dominating all the galaxies surrounding Andromeda Galaxy. They believe that it's their duty to bring peace to the cosmos by subjugation. The live-action story of the Skrulls is different from the comics. In the films, they are a technologically advanced race from the destroyed planet Skrullos. They are reptilian humanoids and use their shape-shifting capabilities to infiltrate other planets. Number 8. The Flood. Halo. The Flood is a species of highly virulent parasitic organisms that can reproduce and grow by consuming living entities with sufficient biomass. To the Covenant, they are also known as the Shaping Sickness by ancient humans. They originated during the aftermath of the Forerunner Precursor War. When the war was towards its end, the precursors that were previously banished to Path Cathana sought vengeance against the Forerunners. It only ended with a few of the precursors being spared by the Forerunners, while the rest turned into the dust, which could regenerate into their past forms. With time, the dust became corrupted and caused horrific diseases and mutations. The precursors, in an attempt to showcase their rebellion against their creations, embraced the corruption and became the Flood. The Flood consumed the Forerunners and eventually became responsible for decimating most of the student life in the galaxy. Number 9. Ultrons Drones. Marvel Comics. We are all aware of Ultron and his capability of creating his drone army. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has also given us a glimpse of Ultron's army in the Avengers Age of Ultron. In the comics, Ultron made his first appearance in Avengers issue 5, published in May 1968, while his army of Ultron was first showcased in Avengers issue 500, published in July 2004. The issue showcased Ultron building cities full of Ultron drones in a remote area in Alaska. The Ultron drones in the live-action movie fought the Avengers, and although they could be easily taken down, their huge numbers made it difficult for the heroes. And number 10. The Locust Horde. Gears of War. The Locust Horde were a race of genetically altered human beings and were called Cherubs by the Serans. They were created by the coalition of ordered governments during the Pendulum Wars. When Dr. Niall Sampson checked the health of the children of the Emulsion miners to cure their rustling, he learned about their mutation. The DNA of the children was mutated by Emulsion and creatures of the Hollow. The Locust Horde eventually developed their civilization and developed a military, industry, and a religion known as the Trinity of Worms. While doing so, their exposure to the Emulsion increases and they develop a parasitic infection that will colonize its hosts and make them spread the infection. Marvelous verdict. So we've come to the end of our video and we hope you liked it. The swarm-based villains have a common feature, and that is their unified thought process. They all function with one goal and are barely seen taking independent action. With that said, we will be concluding this video, so let us know your favourite swarm-based villain in the comment section below. Take care, see you next video. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.